Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well on a bit of a chilly day. At least it's not raining, though. A bit breezy, but that's about it. Right then, who have I got? Right, I'll bring in my just the single worm of the day. I've got Mark in with me today to keep me up to date with what's going on in the chat. I'll put him back in the background. Bring up my YouTube chat because it's easier than the StreamYard one. What we're doing, right, there we are. Or a nice piece of ash on the lathe this morning, or this lunchtime. It's 10 inches diameter by 2 inches deep. And what I'm going to do, obviously it's going to be a bowl of some sort, but what I'm going to do is have a fairly plain bottom. I might embellish it a wee bit with the Robert Sorby texturing tool. Just a nice, fairly easy, even shape around the bottom. On the top, once I get it flattened off on the top, I'll have a look and see how much ripple's in there, because there is a wee bit of ripple in this. I'll have a look and see how much ripple's in there, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do. If there's a lot of ripple, I might just colour it over the ripple. Because I think the ripple is basically just down one side here. If there's not a lot of ripple in it, then I'm going to have a bit play with the angle grinder, with the Arbitech blade on there, and do some texturing using the angle grinder while the lathe is running. So that'll be interesting. Right, I'm going to get on and do some turning, and I'll let Mark let me know how or who's in.
Okay. Right. Alphabetical order. Got Andy H's for turning, Barry's Wood Creations, Brent Beecroft, Brian at Oddwood Turning, Seth from Brickhouse Craftworks, Clive Rogerson, Gerard the French Turner, John Hayes, Karen Dolman, Kevin Howell, Lawrence Bagaja, Nick Castle, Pete the Parkwood Turner, David Heath, Phil Abram, Rex B, Robert Dolman, Lewis the Klondike Craftsman, Trevor P, Hobbywood Turner, Wood Wizardry by Colin, a couple other names have popped up, Peter Lake, who else? John Hayes. If I missed you out, as usual, blame YouTube. Ruby Clare's in. Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
Mike Yu, Hobbywood Turner. Barry's Wood Creations. Hodgepodge Woodworks. That's about it for now. Hello, everybody. Welcome along to Wayne's Live. Hope you're all well, being creative. Joe Senior's in. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Barry Chitty's in. Blue Light Turner's Workshop's in. Hi, Scott. Stephen Gordon's in, and Pete from Twisted Trees.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Karen
Thanks
Dolman's
for coming
here.
along.
Hi, Karen. Bob's in. Hi, Dr. Bob. Leroy 500's here. Ruby Claire saying she's just finished a couple of dozen spindles, so it's nice to relax with her cup of tea and watch Wayne turns some wood.
Good, you must have been up early this morning, Ruby.
She does get up early. She's mad, she is. Paul Smith's in. Hi, Paul.
Yeah, it's the mortar's done. Get some shape into this now.
Mind you, Wayne, saying that's Ruby we're talking about, and spindles. She probably did 2 dozen. She probably only started 25 minutes ago.
Well, probably.
Steve Scott's in. Hi, Steve.
Grand.
65 watching. Jennifer Stroughton's in. Hi, Jennifer. And Doug Miller's here from Wood Spun Round. Ruby says, not quite, Mark. They were thin and long, so it took a day and a half. Robert Lapsley's in. Hi, Robert.
All right, just move the tool rest and then I'll do a final cut with my small bull gouge. See if I can get the cut all in a oneer. I probably won't be able to. There we go. I'll give this a quick sand and then I'll do the texturing after I've done the sanding. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but at the top of the chat, I've got my buy me a coffee link pinned at the top of the chat, where you can go across and help support me and the channel. I was having a chat with Dale. In fact, it was just last night. I think I was having a chat with Dale about a new piece of tech that would be very good for me in the workshop. So basically, that's going to be the first bit that I buy. Just need a new piece of abrasive on there. With the support that you guys are giving us, so that's going to be a new piece of tech, so I can get different cameras set up.
2 questions for you, Wayne.
Yeah.
Rex B's asking, as you do the finishing cut, are you trying to take the same amount off all the way from the tenon to the top edge?
Yes, I am.
And Gerard the French Turn's asking, Wayne, your coffee, red or white?
Red. Always
coffee.
red.
And Ruby said, a lovely finishing cut.
Thank you, Ruby.
Douglas Mungham's in. Hi, Douglas.
Now, what that was 80. What I'll do to 120. Then I'll do the texturing, and then I'll finish off the sanding with 240, because I'm not wanting to take a lot of the texturing off once I put it on there.
Bonjour, oui, Barry. Barry from Real Simple Things is in.
Afternoon, Barry.
Very well, thank you, Douglas.
You know, I think that ripple does. No, it's the ripple's all around this area. There's no ripple over this, so it looks like the ripple only goes about halfway through. Texturing tool. Now, when you're using the texturing tool, what you want to have the stem parallel to the bed, so it's horizontal, and you use, where am I? It's got a straight side and it's got a bevel side. And you always tend to use the cut on the bevel side when you're doing this. Now, if you buy the Robert Sorby texturing tool, this is the big one, not the small one. If you buy it, it does come with a steady on there, so you can actually lock the tool into an angle, so you keep that same angle. I tend to use the texturing tool at different angles, so I've basically taken mine off.
It's a piece of ash, Jennifer.
So what I'll do, I'll put some marks on with my, which one? With the diamond carbide. I'll just put some marks on just to show where I'm going to be doing the texturing. And when you're doing texturing, turn the speed down. I'll use the diamond tool first, and I'll turn the speed down.
David Miller's in. Hi, David.
I'll just have a wee bit of texturing. I just want to move that tool rest out a little bit. Just a little bit here. I'll do texturing. Move the tool rest round, and I'll do a little bit at the rim as well.
XB's asking, Wayne, are you going to do a demo just on the tools and their functions, please?
On Monday, I think I'll do this on Monday. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set the camera up so it's pointing at the Pro Edge and show how I sharpen my gouges. and also me spindle rough and gouge as well. I suppose I could do the skew as well because it's got a jig for that. It probably won't take that long to do that, and then I'll probably do a quick bowl to finish off with on Monday lunchtime. So I'm going to be doing that on Monday lunchtime.
Gerard's asking, which cutter is that one, please? And could Wayne show the effect with the different cutters?
What on the texturing tool?
Yeah,
Do you mean,
texturing.
Gerard?
Yeah,
Right.
I think he means, yeah.
Right, that's the medium one I've got on there. Hang on, I'll just move my stool out the way and get the other ones.
And Ruby says she's just sent you a cup of red coffee as a thanks for your morning entertainment.
Thank you very much, Ruby. Oh, Brent asked a question earlier on, and Mark and I were chatting about this, about the Simon Hope inertia sander. Yes, Brent, the bearing is in the head, and Mark and I are pretty certain that it's a double bearing that's in there. Right,
yeah,
now
we think there's a magnet in the bottom, and then two bearings, and then the opening at the top for the shaft.
Right, now I'm not going to swap these over and show how to use these today. I suppose I'd have time to do that on Monday. So it's the medium cutter that I've got on there. That's the very small cutter. That's the large one, the large texturing cutter. And there's also a point one as well. So if I get time after the sharpening on Monday, I'll show the different things that you can do with each cutter. If I don't get time on Monday, I'll probably do it on the Friday of next week. I'll leave the Wednesday night for doing a project, but I think that's okay with everybody.
Just before you start, Wayne,
yeah,
there's a comment here from Steve Scott, and you and I were talking about this before. Has anyone had some weird replies from comment section? I've had some that are definitely fraudsters.
Oh, I tell you, some of the comments I'm getting, Steve.
Hodgepodge has said he's gotten loads of comments about hacking Instagram accounts.
That's the ones that I'm getting as well, Robert.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. That's the ones that I'm getting as well.
Best advice would be just delete and block, or block and delete.
Right, now got the speed just under 500 there. Whenever you're using the texturing tool, always have the speed at about 500. Now, the best way to get the cuts is if you class that. So I've got the cutter basically straight up, if you like. Sorry, that'll be straight up. So you can get a cut like that, but if you bring it round, so you're pointing sort of 7 o'clock, between 7 o'clock and 1 o'clock, you'll get a good cut there. Bring it round further, so you're pointing sort of between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock. You'll get a good cut there. You can actually change the angle as you're going to get a different effect. But I'll just go in, and I'm just going inside the circle that I've put on with the carbide tool.
Derek Brightwell's made a comment. He says that's right about the inertia sander. He helps make them with Simon.
All right.
So we were right. Thank you for confirming that. Derek, TJ Turning's in.
Hi, Terry. I should be able to get to this one as well. There we go. It's a nice one.
Benjamin's in.
Bring the tool rest round. You want to have the tool rest so when you're actually going in, because this is obviously on the curve of the bowl, you want to try and get the tool rest so you're going in at 90 degrees to where you want to cut. And I'll just put another one in here. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'll show you. I'll bring this up. You can't see it very well there. It seems to be bleaching out a bit, but I'll bring it up once I get it sanded. I'm going to sand it to 240. It's already had the 120.
Gerard's asking, do you force on the tool? I think he means do you
Yes.
press hard?
Yeah, you do. Oh, I tend to. It all depends if you want to get, sort of how deep you want the texturing to go, really.
Hiya, Terry.
There we are. It's taking all the fuzzy wuzzies off there.
Blair's in from Good Turn Daily, Blair.
Hiya, Blair. So I'm just going to give this a spray with some cellulose sanding sealer. You can use any sanding sealer you like or you prefer. It doesn't have to be cellulose sanding sealer.
Gerard's also asking, all hail the Wood Jedi. Can you use this system on spindle work or only on bowls?
No, you can use it on spindle work. And like I say, whether it's Monday or whether it's Friday, I'll have to have a bit of practice. This I haven't done it for a while. But you can actually do a spiral. Like if you've got a stem on a goblet, you can actually do a spiral on a goblet. In fact, I think in one of my lives a wee while ago, I did a spiraled box using the texturing tool.
Hodgepodge has asked a question, and I've got to say, Hodge, you might regret me asking him this. When was the last time your smock was washed, Wayne?
A year last Tuesday.
That's much politer than I thought it was going to be.
I took it in to get washed one day, and Jane said, "That's not going in the washing machine." So, well, staying dirty then. But if Maker Central goes ahead later on in the year, it's a big if, I've got to say, still at the moment, I will have a brand new smock to wear. It's still in its packaging at the moment, hasn't been opened.
Circular Wood by Keith is in.
Hi, Keith.
And apparently Mark Stroughton has his coffee now, so he won't be able to get Jennifer in trouble. Says Jennifer.
See, she's preempting everything now.
It's because she's famous. It's because she's a YouTube influencer. See? Trevor Duran's in. Hi, Trevor.
So I've turned the speed down again. So I'm turning it around about 250 now, and I'm just working the Yorkshire grit in.
Pardon me. Sidley61's in. Hi, Sidley.
Hi, Sidley. I'm going to turn the speed up, get a clean piece of paper, and still carry on working that in. You've got to watch this a wee bit because obviously I've got the marks in from the carbide, and I've also got the texture on there. You can get bits of paper stuck in these things, but we'll see what it's like when I've finished with the grit.
Mark Stroughton's in. Hi, Mark.
Speed up a bit more.
Chris Dodds is asking, will the smock be the same colour, Wayne?
No, it'll be cleaner, so it'll obviously be a different colour. Yes, it is the same colour. These smocks are made by Lovell Workwear. There we go. That's the grit done. What I'm looking for now, microcrystalline wax.
John Foster's in.
Afternoon, John. Or good morning, or good evening, depending on whereabouts in the world you are.
Gerard saying you should get a purple one like Pat Carroll has.
Pat Carroll wears a blue one. Does he not? Blue short-sleeved one.
I think he has quite a few different varying colours.
Yeah, the
depending on the mood he's in.
Yeah, the purple ones tend to come from Robert Sorby, I think. They tend to do the purple smocks.
I think you should get a pink one. Salmon pink.
Yeah. Salmon pink with yellow polka dots.
Yes. Oh, Ben says Pat Carroll also wears a pink one.
All right, okay. So, where are we? There you go. I think you can see the texture in that.
Beautiful.
How it's turned out, and then it's got a bit of texture on just at the top of the rim as well. So flip it round.
John Hayes has got an interesting question.
Yep.
Is it possible to make a thin bowl with texturing, Dremel holes, and fuse a bowl inside another bowl?
Right, can you say that again, Mark?
Is it possible to make a thin bowl with texturing, Dremel holes, and fuse a bowl inside the other bowl?
I don't see why not.
Good. A lot of work, but you could. Hodgepodge is coming up with the ash jokes again. What a wrinkly ash. Hodge. That beaver of yours, bad influence on you.
Yeah, I was about to say, that bloody Harry, he's been at it again.
Virtual Craft Festival is in. So that'll either be
joking, man.
Dale or Jamie. Everybody go along and subscribe to Virtual Craft Festival YouTube page. I'll pop the link in a sec when I find it.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind all going along, when Mark finds the link and pops it in there. Dale's been doing a lot of work in the background on this, and what he's actually doing, we've got he's got the YouTube page set up, so you can go and subscribe, and he's actually putting the running order on the YouTube page with pictures of all the makers who are taking part, and I think he's trying to put them in the time slots. I think we've got the majority, nearly all of the UK ones are on there, and we're waiting for the American ones to get back to Jamie, so we can get them put on as well. And also, each individual maker is putting their started advertising the lives now. I just put mine up yesterday, I think it was, and that in the description that's also got a list with links of the makers who are taking part. Right, so that's straightened off.
Jared's got a question.
Yep.
How do you cope with the build-up of wax from Yorkshire grit in the texturing?
Right. What I didn't have, there was very, very little or none there. What you can do is use an air gun on your compressor, or you can use, and I'll not be able to find the bloody thing now, seeing as how I'm looking for it.
Hot air gun?
Ah, there it is. You could use a hot air gun and then wipe it out, but I tend to use one of these. It's a stiff bristled brush, and I'll use this while the lathe's running. Also while the lathe is stationary, just to get rid of any excess out of the texturing. Right, but I can't find any colours now. Right, I've got that straightened off. What I'll do, I'll just give this a quick sand.
Clive Farrenson. Hi, Clive.
Hey, Clive. Just give this a very quick sand. I'm not going to just leave this because the ripple is only on this side here. You can see very little of the ripple on there. It doesn't stretch all the way around. If it had stretched all the way around, I probably just would have coloured this to highlight the ripple. But I'm going to have a play with the angle grinder, I think. And I know it sounds strange actually sanding this, then starting to use the angle grinder, but I want a nice, quite smooth surface to take the colour, because I am going to be putting colour on this before I do the angle grinding.
Jigsy's shed's got to go. He's got to go to the post office before they close. See you later, Jigsy.
Bye.
81 watching, Wayne.
Grand.
Just before Wayne does his angle grinding bit, just want to remind people, if you don't already know, Wayne is a massively experienced wood turner. What he's about to do with the angle grinder, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it.
I'd recommend not doing it.
He makes it look ridiculously easy. It's not easy at all. So if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Just appreciate what Wayne does.
Where's my compressor not working? My airbrush compressor, that is. Oh, it helps if you turn it on.
John Foster's got a question, not related to what you're doing today though, Wayne.
Yeah.
What would you use to polish and finish resin?
To polish and finish resin, Yorkshire Grit Original, Yorkshire Grit Microfine.
Rex, that's a subject we don't talk about on this channel, mate.
Turn the speed down on this. Oh, hang on, I'm getting myself all mixed up here. Move some of these tools. Move the tool rest back.
Pete says he would use someone else's workshop to polish and finish resin. Good answer. Dale from Maple Tree Studios is in under his own account this time. Hi, Dale.
Good afternoon, Dale. How the devil are you? Right, still needs a bit more coverage on that. just where the grain's going. Not too concerned about in the centre because that's going to get taken out.
Good idea, Hodge. Hodgepodge is saying, Wayne, have you ever considered putting magnets on the underside of that plywood just for a more secure table?
I could. What I really should do is get another piece of plywood the same width as this, so it just slots in and stays there.
That's what I've done on mine. Just put a slot as wide as the bedways.
This is a bit of a dry.
Maple Tree Studios says, all hail the Wood Jedi. The music on this video sounds a lot like Mark. Your taste is slipping. Personally, I'd have said his taste was improving, but I'm biased.
Can't really. Can I put that on there? Right. Don't try this at home.
Basically like a big powered texturing wheel, isn't it?
There you are. What do you think of that then?
That's amazing.
Right, so again, I'll move that out the way. Bring my palette up. Right, different colour.
SK Graph says in. Hi, Steve. Sorry, mate, I didn't see you come in.
Why is he not working?
Yeah, why aren't you working?
I'm going to have to take my air guns in the house and get them washed.
Ian in the shed's asking, what type of disc did you have in that grinder, please?
It's an Arbortech 4-inch carving disc. If you just bear with me, I'll show you what it looks like. I just want to get this air gun on here. And see that it's working.
Gerald the French Turner says, that is splendiferous. Steve says, oh, that's nice. Come over to show my support. Get moaned at. Shut up, moaning. Get back to work. That place ain't going to build itself, you know.
There it is. That's the blade that I've got on the angle grinder. It's a 4-inch wood carving blade made by Arbortech.
Dale says, all hail the Wood Jedi. Can we get a finger count, please? Just want to check the Dark Man isn't going to be disappointed those hands have been ruined. Oh, yeah, they're all there. Steve says it's like being at home.
Right, let's turn this on. Turn the speed down again. Just put a bit more of that colour in.
You're going to get letters. People are going to complain you're colouring a lovely piece of wood.
People always complain about me anyway.
What is it you said to me before we went live? It's your piece of wood. Do what you like with it.
Yeah, it's my piece of wood.
Steve's got to go. We've guilted him back to work.
Surely not.
Donage de Bois in. Hi, Daniel. And Chris from Bailey Woodworks is in. You're lucky it's a Friday or I'd make you stand in the corner.
Right. Bear with me a minute. I just need to top up this bottle with some colour. I'm using the intrinsic colours from Hampshire Sheen on this.
SK Graf says he knows where he's not wanted.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, please.
That's better. Right, so stick some ruby on there and see how that looks. Oh, aye. I can live with that.
'93 watching.
Excellent. Now, I may well, once I've gotten this turned out, I might well give the inside some colour. I haven't decided yet. Turn the speed up. I'll do the ball around about there.
Gerard's asking, will you sand the top or leave it rough?
I'm leaving it how it is, Gerard.
Dale's currently putting in the lyrics of a song. It's far too long for me to read out. It's very funny.
That tool needs a sharpen. Caught it.
Yeah, I caught mine as well in my video on Wednesday. Hi, DD. But you didn't catch it that time, though, did you?
No, you're right, I didn't. Now, obviously, seeing as how this has got all this texture on here, it's actually quite smooth. There's not very much tear out or anything there. But seeing as how it's got all this texture, I'll not be doing a wax on this. I'll probably do a lacquer finish on this.
Oh, Seth has asked a controversial question.
Okay.
How long has it been since Wayne has made a funnel?
That's a very good question, that is.
Don't think you've ever done one live, have you?
I don't think I have, no. But I've done a few. There we are. Now, where'd I put that bloody brush down? Just want a bit more sanding right in the middle there.
Dale's just put the link in for virtuallycrafty.com website. And I've put the link in for the Virtual Craft Festival YouTube page. Go check them both out, people. Wayne's on late in the morning. It's on the 27th.
Late in the morning?
That's what he said.
I can't remember what time it is. I can't remember what time it is, Eastern. I'm on 5 p.m.
Oh no, sorry, late evening.
GMT.
Sorry.
I'm on 5 p.m. GMT.
Sorry, it's my bad. I read it badly.
Right, I'm just going to turn this down just to let it spin for a couple of minutes, just to help that sand and sealer flash off. And then we're going to use some chestnut products, acrylic gloss lacquer. That's what we're going to use. It's making me dizzy looking at that.
Looks brilliant though, Wayne.
Yep, that's nice and dry. So I'll just put one coat of lacquer on at the moment. So just this is touch dry in 20 minutes. Further coats up to a suggested maximum of 3 in total may be applied. If required, leaving 20 minutes between coats. Yeah. Remember, when you're using lacquer, don't put too much on. Otherwise, it can bloom and run.
Is there any advantage to applying that lacquer with the lathe spinning slowly?
You could do. I don't like to, but you could do.
Okay.
And what
Pros
I
and
tend to do,
cons?
I don't know if you noticed there, but when I was spraying on there, I start outside of the bowl and go across till I'm outside of the bowl, just in one pass, then move down and do another pass. I'm not going backwards and forwards, just over the bowl. Start outside, finish outside, just in one pass.
Cool.
Right, I'm going to see if I can get this off now without having too many fingerprints on there.
Ben's got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you're doing a bog standard shaped bowl with a foot, do you include the height of the foot as the thickness for the bottom of the bowl? I tend to find it looks better thinner.
I don't tend to put feet on my bowls. To tell you the truth.
Okay. Barry's in the shed, Sin. He says, bugger, I'm late again.
I'm wanting to get a hold of this so I can actually show it to you when I sit down. That's it.
Robbo Robertson's in as well. Hi, Robbo.
Hi, Robbo. All right, change camera. Once it bloody starts working, that's better. Have a sit down. Oh, careful, Wayne, don't drop it. And there you go, guys.
That's amazing.
One decorated bowl using an Arbitec blade on an angle grinder. It's been coloured with black, honey, and ruby intrinsic colours using an airbrush.
I could have a go at that. That's amazing.
So there you go. So thanks everybody for coming along. I enjoyed doing that one. It's purely decorative as well, this bowl. It's not, people say, what's that for? And I'll say, looking at.
Yeah.
What's the point? Excuse me. So yeah, so that's it. I'll say it again about the buy me a coffee that's pinned to the top of the chat, where you can go across and give me a bit of support. Like I say, it's all going towards improvements within the workshop, new tech stuff, cameras, things like that. So it would be much appreciated. I think Gerard already joined as a member, and I haven't really set the membership thing up properly. I think I will do that. So I will set the membership thing up and do. No, I haven't, Robert. That's a good question. Yeah, so I'll set the membership up, and people who join as members, I'll start putting out extra content just for the members. I'm sure there's a way of linking people in for doing that within the buy me a coffee thing. I can set that up in there. I'll probably need people's email addresses and things like this, but we'll see how that works in the future anyway. So that's it, guys. One final look. There's the bottom with the texture on the bottom using the Robert Sorby texturing tool, and there's the texture and color on the top using an angle grinder with the Arbitec wood carving blade in there, done while the lathe was spinning. Thanks very much, John Foster. Right, the reason I've set up, well, one of the reasons I've set up the buy me a coffee thing, it was a suggestion from Dale. When people give me super chats in YouTube take a third of that. Before anybody that gets super chats, anybody in the world that gets super chats, YouTube take a third of that before the money comes to you. With the buy me a coffee, yes, PayPal, because it's done through PayPal. I am setting up Stripe so I can take cards as well. but there is a little bit of a charge through PayPal, but it's nowhere near a third like YouTube take. So that's us. What's happening tonight? I think Ruben will have a a premiere tonight. Nick will have a premiere. Steve SK Crafts will be doing a live at 7:45. I'm not very sure if Stace is doing a live tonight. Right. Yes, Ruby. This camera probably isn't as clear as the one. This is a very cheapo Productions camera, which is one of the things that's going to get improved. So yeah, Steve SK is 7:45, and I don't know if Stace is on or not. And tomorrow morning, Ed Oliver's back on with some loads and loads of new stuff he's got. He's got new cameras, new lighting, a new setup for changing the cameras and everything. So that should be good. That's at 10 a.m. GMT tomorrow morning. Right, I'm going to hit the button. I've been waffling on too much. So, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, wherever you are. Take care out there. Be safe.
Bye, everyone.